for my 16th birthday because it was my first day on the job at Office Max. I remember looking at these cameras on the display, being like, oh, hey, is there an employee discount? Talking to my boss. And I could tell right away, he's like, oh, this freaking kid coming in here, fresh on the job, wants a discount. I remember I got a Sony CyberShot. It was a little silver camera. Hey, my name is Dan J, and I'm a media artist in Des Moines. I've pretty much been working with art my whole life. In elementary school, I was taking a lot of art classes. Pretty much every year and every summer was just full of art classes. I remember my mom basically made me go to those classes because we couldn't afford a babysitter. So going to these summer school classes and after school programs was always like the solution. But I remember kind of just being drawn to crayons and colored pencils and all that kind of fun, colorful stuff. I remember being like an angsty teenager and always finding a way to hide or run away from things that don't really matter today to me now. For my 16th birthday, because it was my first day on the job at Office Max. I remember looking at these cameras on the display, being like, oh, hey, is there an employee discount? Talking to my boss. I could tell right away, he's like, oh, this freaking kid coming in here, fresh on the job, wants a discount. I remember I got a Sony CyberShot. It was a little silver camera. I had a photography class, and I remember spending a lot of time walking around downtown instead of going to the class. I don't go out and I don't search for like the biggest, best, grandest scene you could find. I'm more into like the typical everyday kind of life that you see. Things that are considered mundane, things that are beautiful to me. Being in that moment and capturing what I think looks beautiful is what I like to revolve my art around. I kept doing photography for a while, never really taking it seriously. For me, it was more of an escape, to get away from the everyday, the stress of being an angsty teenager. After high school, I started traveling a little bit. I saw mountains for the first time when I was 20 years old. I had a good friend that we would like to go out and travel. We went on a lot of road trips, backpacking trips. I remember at that point finding like a new appreciation for what is grand, the big grand scenes that I hadn't seen before. It wasn't until I got back that I was kind of put in a weird financial situation, as we all have. Basically, at one point, I started making money doing photos. So I started selling that a little bit. I was at a great crossroad because I really enjoyed making art for myself, but I also needed money. It basically evolved to a life revolving around creation. I remember in high school always wanting to be a photographer and wanting to be out with a camera and stuff. And then now it's kind of like a job to me. At the same time, I still really enjoy creating passionate works. I love capturing life as it is now still. When I look at like a really great photo or a really great piece of art, one of the things that sticks out to me the most is color. The vibrancy, the balance of the color. But not only that, but I love seeing life in art as well. I love seeing life fold out in everyday situations. One of my favorite pieces of art is a still life from a scene of a snowy Michigan downtown block. And there's no high rises, there's no grand scenes. It's just, an everyday view of a Michigan street with houses and a few businesses, but the snow is fresh. You see fresh footprints in the snow at the intersection. You see a car passing by that is making fresh tracks in the snow. Things like that, things that make it seem like life is happening, are some of my favorite pieces of work. One of the biggest influences for me has been my close friends, people who have supported me. I have a really good friend named Brian Conley. Him and I have kind of brought each other up in terms of creation, photo and video. I feel like without him, I really probably would have given up on photos. Having a friend there with you to learn with you and to grow together as you're out in these like amazing, crazy places made it a lot easier to keep going, to keep pushing yourself. So if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have taken it as seriously, and I wouldn't have pushed myself to grow as much as I probably would have on my own. For me, it's exciting to find new ways to combine color, light, and shadow in a way that other people can appreciate. So when people come up to me with like a crazy idea that they want to try out, to me it's fun learning how to do that, to help them create their vision. I just want to live a life where I keep experiencing new things, where every day is somewhat of an adventure, even if it's the same one I've been on 100 times. I got a couple different Instagram pages. Dan JPEGs, it's where you can find more of my colorful, lively pieces of work, and Moments on the Mat. That's where you can check out some of the jiu-jitsu, MMA kind of stuff that I've been working on. So I decided to name my exhibit for what it is: life, light, and shadow. In my exhibit, you can expect to see a combination of photo and video that I've created over my life. I've never had an exhibit before, and I thought, what better way to make my first one than to just have it be what my life is as it revolves around creating. You're gonna see just a little bit of slice of my life. You can check out Life, Light, and Shadow at the ArtForce studio in Mainframe Studios on April 4th, 5 p.m. We're in Studio 101.
Thanks for watching. To see more videos from us, like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. ArtForce Iowa is supported by community members like you. Please consider becoming a monthly donor by visiting our Network for Good link listed down below to support our mission of creating opportunities for youth to transform through art. Bye.